With Store Commander, you're going to be able to create combinations, but also manage combinations on products and even multiple combinations of multiple products. Let me show you how. For this product, for example, the Britney t-shirt, I need to add combinations, color and size, for example. This is where I go to the combinations panel on the right-hand side in the properties column, combinations. And here I have no combinations, no group, size, or color. So I need to introduce them by clicking on the plus icon here. That opens up the groups management. So I can select color and size using the control key because I need two groups. So I select both lines and then I hit the icon create new combinations on the toolbar. Back to the combination panel, I now have my two columns, size and color, with the line of my first combination. I can now double click to select the size and the color. If I now need to add more combinations, I can select the number of combinations I need to add. So I need 3 more, for example. Click on the plus, and I will add my 3 lines. And I do the same thing again, select the size and the color, the size, the color. Let's select red and gray. Okay, and I have my 4 combinations. I now need to enter the reference, the supplier reference eventually, UPC, etc., etc. Now you need to do, as always, edit the cell to enter the information. If, for example, you need to add the quantity, so by default, we have a quantity of 1 on each at the creation of each combination. If you have 5 of each, I need to edit one of them, enter 5 for the first one. But instead of doing this 3 more times, I can right click to select copy. So I've copied the value 5, select all my lines, right click again, and paste 5. And that's done. So that's going to be much quicker than editing every single line of every single combination on your product. You can do the same with prices. So by default, we have the price of the t-shirt, which is the parent product, but you can modify it. So it's the product price excluding tax or including tax, whichever is best for you. So here I need to use the attribute price, which is the including tax. So I'm just going to add 14.99, for example, and do the same proceeding again. I right click, copy, select them all, right click again, and then I paste. Very easy and very quick. On the far right panel here, if I open up a little bit more, or using the tip to display column 2, 3, 4 for better visibility when I need to work on the combinations property, I can then add the images. So if I have the image for the silver t-shirt, I can add a silver t-shirt image. I can do the same with the white, with the red, and the gray. So that's going to be quick to add also the images to your combinations. If, for instance, next week your supplier tells you that he's increasing his prices to 2%, for example, so you need to add this 2% to the prices of your combinations. So you're not going to take out your calculator and then calculate every single price on each of your combinations. What you're going to do on the product itself, you can do a right click to go to the mass update options, select the combinations, and here you can modify the sale price excluding or excluding tax. I'm going to use the including tax. I enter 2%. And once I validate, Store Commander will calculate the prices of combinations by adding 2% on all the combinations of the product because I've used the action on the product. So it's applicable to all the combinations of all the products. And that 2% has been done. On the other hand, I've got 15.29, which is not quite right for decimals. So what I'll do, I'll select my combinations, right click into attribute price, and I can round up the price including tax to go back to 99. validate, and that's done. And I have 14.99 on each of my combinations. So I have been able to add combinations quickly. I have been able to modify prices in bulk by a 2% increase. It could have been decrease as well. And also round up the prices at the same time.